I'm so delighted that we're going to be talking to Lisa Hendey, and the topic we're going to talk about is, something that many of us have become familiar with since the COVID-19 outbreak started. Schools and other communities have been offering virtual classrooms and outreach to educate young authors. And Lisa is here to talk about how she really pioneered that well before the pandemic. Thanks so much for being with us, Lisa.
Hi, Bonnie. It's great to be with you, even if it's this way. I'd much rather be giving you a hug in person, but I'm honored to be here.
Someday soon, we're going to be, back in it. Yes. It'll be good to see you. Absolutely. So, Lisa, I'm always so fascinated when you post on your Facebook page about these different virtual things that you do with classrooms. And many times you visit schools or communities to talk about your work, but like I said, your Facebook pages, you've beamed yourself in to make yourself available. Tell us how that all came about.
It did. It really actually happened back when I launched my Time Travelers fiction series for children. These are books about character and about the saints and fiction, but really historically accurate fiction about the church, except for the time travel part. And I was getting so many requests to visit classrooms, and obviously I live in California and I can't be everywhere at the same time. So I came up with the idea of virtual author visits. And this was probably 5 years ago that these started, Skyping in or Google Hangouting into different classrooms and meeting directly with the children to bring the message of the book and to encourage them about reading and about their own creativity. And it's been such a gift. And I think I counted, I've been to all but 16 states around the country. So
wow, that's amazing. And the Time Traveler series, of course, is simply spectacular. Of course, I think St. Patrick is one of my favorites. Or do I have that right? Yeah. And you offer these to both Catholic schools, religious schools, and to public schools, helping kids to engage their creative side, learn about writing, learn about the process, and just to explore their imagination. What's a typical session like?
Well, first of all, every session is a little bit different because the children are always a little different. And I've done it, believe it or not, from 3 all the way up to high school age kids. Wow. With these books. But the themes are the same. The first half is always the same, and it always relates to, if I'm in a Catholic school, it relates to the fact that we're called to be saints in the making. If I'm in a public school and can't use kind of the saint terminology, I talk a lot about character and virtue, how each of us is called to make our world a better place. And then we transition into the second half, which is all related to storytelling and encouraging young learners to use their own gifts, whether it's a gift for writing or art or dance or even video game design, to tell a great story. And then, of course, I always do my favorite part, which is Q&A. And you can never expect what they're going to come up with in terms of questions.
Sure. And, it's such a lost art, of writing, of exploring that creativity, because people are so used to instant messaging and texting and things of that nature. So how do you kind of spark that with the students? And as you said, all but 16 states, like, what's that like around the country?
Well, some things that are universal is that children love stories, and sometimes they need to be reminded that they love reading, but they often do. And their ability to connect with an author after they've read a book, I think, really lights their imagination on fire. And one of the things I have them do during our Q&A is to ask, when they ask their questions, I have them say, my name is Johnny, and if I could travel in time, I'd like to meet Saint John the Baptist or whoever it is. So connecting themselves into the story. And it's very interesting to me that once you remind them that their voice is so significant right now, and that we really, now more than ever, we need their voice, they really run to that message. One really special encounter that I had this last spring was with a young girl who has a learning disability. And I met with her after my time with the class, and she read to me a story that she was writing for her classmates about a fictional character who struggles with the same challenges that she has. So her teacher was able to connect through writing a way for her to kind of be empowered over the struggles that she's facing. And it just reminded me that everybody has a story and that every story has value.
Wow, that's so beautiful. And, what a unique way for a student to, explore their own challenges and opportunities through the art of creative writing and exploration. How wonderful for you to tap into that. For many of the young students who you deal with, up to seniors in high school, and you certainly have a great social media presence. Everybody's getting accustomed now to online chats, hangouts, everything. How can people connect with you that way and stay on top of all your work? I just love all your books.
Thanks, Bonnie. The best way is through my website, lisahendey.com. And I'm so excited to share that this summer I did a virtual cohort internship with 6 students from the University of Notre Dame. They all volunteered to help me create what we're calling a virtual I'm a Saint in the Making mission that we're going to be rolling out this fall to hopefully to parishes and homeschool groups and classrooms around the country. So watch my website, lisahendey.com, for more information about how to connect for that.
Oh, that's great. Well, my name's Bonnie, and if I could travel in time, I'd be with you in California. And it was so great to have an opportunity to speak with you, Lisa. It's always a delight. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Thanks.